My son-in-law kicked me out and called me a burden thinking I was old, but forget the receipt, don't lie. You ever feel like you're a guest in a life you helped build? I'm 62. I've raised 3 kids, buried a husband, and worked 30 years in accounting. I'm not a little old lady. I'm the woman who held the ladder while everyone else climbed. But last Tuesday, my son-in-law, Mark, a man who wears $200 sneakers but can't change a tire, did the unthinkable. He walked into the living room, clicked off the TV right in the middle of my program, looked me dead in the eye and said, "Marge, it's time, get out." Now let's rewind. 3 years ago, I sold my house to help my daughter, Sarah, and Mark buy this modern farmhouse money pit. The deal was simple. I put down the deposit, they get the mortgage, and I get the finished basement suite. A mother-in-law wing. It sounded like a win-win. But lately, Mark has been treating me less like family and more like a piece of furniture he's tired of looking at. I wasn't even doing anything loud. I was watching a rerun of Columbo, a classic, right? Total no-brainer. But Mark, he's been on this minimalist lifestyle kick. He says my vibe is cluttering his peace. Can you believe the nerve? But here's the kicker. It wasn't just about the TV. There was something in his hand, a legal envelope, that told me this wasn't a heat-of-the-moment tantrum. This was a setup. "Mark," I said, keeping my voice steady, "I paid for the deck you're standing on. I paid for the granite in that kitchen. What do you mean, get out?" He didn't flinch. "The deed is in our names, Marge. We're turning the basement into a home gym and a podcast studio. We need the space. You've got 30 days. My daughter, Sarah, she was standing in the doorway, looking at her shoes. That hurt worse than Mark's big mouth. She wouldn't even look at the woman who stayed up with her through every fever and heartbreak. She'd gone totally Stepford on me. Now, most people my age would have broken down. They would have packed a suitcase and cried in a Motel 6. And for a second, I felt that sting in my eyes, but then I remembered something Mark forgot. He thinks because I'm a grandma, I'm out to lunch. He thinks because I don't know how to use TikTok, I don't know how the world works. I didn't argue, I didn't scream. I just went downstairs, packed a small bag, and went to stay with my sister, Bev. But before I left, I took a little trip into their home office while they were out celebrating their newfound freedom at a sushi spot. I'm an accountant, remember? I know where people hide the bogus stuff. Mark's been acting real flush lately. New cars, fancy watches. He told Sarah it was crypto gains. Yeah, right. I've seen enough scams in my day to know that money doesn't grow on digital trees without a little bit of sketchy help. I found the file. It wasn't crypto. Mark had been taking out home equity lines of credit, HELOC like they were candy. And he'd forged my signature as a secondary occupant to bypass certain tax hurdles. The man was literally gambling with the roof over my head. He thought I was just a quiet grandma in the basement. He didn't realize he'd just invited a forensic auditor to his own funeral. I didn't call the cops, not yet. I waited until they had a dinner party. All their high society friends were there, sipping Chardonnay and talking about investments. I walked right in the front door. Mark looked like he'd seen a ghost. "Marge, we told you to leave," he hissed. "Oh, I'm leaving, Marky boy," I said, loud enough for the whole room to hear. "But before I go, I think everyone here should know that the crypto king is actually a paperwork pirate. I brought copies of those forged signatures, and I've already sent the originals to the bank's fraud department." The color drained from his face so fast I thought he was going to faint right into the shrimp cocktail. Sarah started screaming. The guests started looking for the exit. "See, you don't mess with a woman who remembers a time before the internet. We know how to keep receipts. We know how to play the long game." Mark didn't just lose the basement. He's looking at a massive legal headache and a marriage that's hitting the rocks. I'm sitting in my own condo now. Small, quiet, and 100% mine. I've got the TV turned up as loud as I want. The moral of the story? Don't ever mistake a grandmother's kindness for weakness. We've seen it all, we've heard it all, and we definitely know where you hid the files.